Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Busola Oladende. I'm a wife, mom, and I've been living in Canada for over 3 years now. And just before we go into this video, I wanted to say that this is my first time of ever making this kind of video, and I intentionally waited to this time because honestly I believe that whatever you say, 6 months, 2 months, 1 year, even 1 year might not really cut it. I see a lot of people make this kind of videos, things you should know before coming to Canada, after being in Canada for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. And while not discrediting whatever these creators are saying, I just believe that you get more informed information with time and experience. So let's go right into this video. 5 things you should know before coming to Canada. Number 1 will be finances. You need to understand the cost of living of whichever city you're going to. 4 things. You need to understand the rent, utilities, transportation, and the grocery costs. You need to know all of these costs and figure in all of these costs before moving to Canada. Before we moved to Canada, we knew we were coming into Calgary, and one of the things my husband did was he asked a friend, what's the cost of groceries there, what's the cost of rent. We already knew, like, you can also get like rent cost on Rent Faster. You know, there are websites where you can already see what the rent will be like. Figured the rent, we figured grocery, we figured transportation, then we worked on a budget and see if we can survive in the first 3 months if we had no other source of income coming. So whatever we're bringing into Canada, our savings, can we survive on that for the first 3 months? And that's very important, because you might say, oh yes, I'll get a job, or even if you have a job waiting for you, like, you never can tell what happens. You know, some people lose job within 1 week, 2 weeks. Like, I'm not saying that will be your story, but it's just better to prepare ahead. And number 1 thing is to focus on the cost of living. It's very important, and you want to give yourself some time. 3 months, 6 months, even the government of Canada recommends 6 months, and that's why you see that the POF is usually used as an expectation that 6 months cost of living for you. So it is very important for you to work on your finances before moving to Canada. Number 2 things you should know before moving to Canada is weather. Now, I cannot overemphasize this, and you have to know where you're going to, because the weather is not the same everywhere. So you might be living in Calgary, or you're living in Toronto, or you're living in BC. We all know that the weather situation is different in different provinces, even within cities. So you can even be in the same province and different cities, different weather situation. And it's important for you to understand the weather, because you want to also prepare. You want to prepare, when am I landing? Am I landing in summer? Am I landing in winter? Am I landing in fall? And you want to know what you should prepare. Winter gears are very expensive. Like, they are not cheap. And if you're coming in as a new immigrant, you're coming in as a newcomer into this country, you want to kind of maybe get some things you can get from wherever you're coming from, because of course, especially if you're a new immigrant, it might be cheaper for you to source for these things before coming in, so that the weight of the expenses won't get you overwhelmed. So imagine you coming in winter and you have to start getting winter jackets, you know, getting all of those things. They're not cheap. So you want to understand the weather situation. So if you're coming in summer, maybe you have some months before winter, you have some months to prepare. So you might think, okay, maybe I don't have to get so many things. And I understand that the weather over here might be different from whichever country you're coming from, but you can always layer. So even if it's sweater you're bringing in socks, you know, all of those things you can get at an affordable rate from wherever you're coming from is very important. You envisage all of these things before moving to Canada. Okay, number 3 thing you should know before moving to Canada is your community base and cultural adjustments, and this is very important. And I know there is a general misconception around, oh, I don't want to even come to where I know people. I just want to come here. I don't want to even mix with people I knew, like back home, and all of those things. I laugh and I'm still laughing. Having lived here for 3 years, one of the things you need to think about before moving to Canada is your community base. And I'm not even kidding you, I'm serious. A lot of people say, I don't want to associate with people I knew back home, I want to move to somewhere I don't know someone, I don't know anybody. Oh my God. Don't do that. And I'm not saying that you should just say, oh, just because this person is living here, I'm moving here. No. You can always build your community even when you get here. But don't have the mindset of, I don't want to associate with my people. That is a very wrong conception. That is a very wrong mindset. Join online groups, ask questions, and I always say these things. Information is very, very important here. And if you don't know, you lose out on so many things. It's a lot. When we moved to Canada, one day I was just chatting with a sister that I know, and I've already been thinking about school and everything. And if you've not watched, I actually posted a video yesterday about what you should know before sending your child to school in Canada. That video is very educative. If you are a parent, you should watch that video. But that's not where I'm going. Talking to the sister, they had initially put the child into another school, but when they got more information, they moved the child to another school. And she was telling me, and that opened my eyes. It actually prompted me, even though my child was still a baby. But that conversation I had with her opened my eyes to the fact that I need to know, and I need to learn, and I need to do my own research to understand how the education system works here in Calgary. So community base is very important. And I also said cultural adjustments, because there are so many things that would shock you. There's so many things you need to learn. Now, you need that community so you can ease into the cultural adjustments. So for instance, you might not be able to walk up to maybe your white neighbor and say, oh, can you help me with this, or can you do this? But you might find it easier to walk up to someone that looks like you, because you feel like, oh, this person will understand. So I'm not saying you should take advantage of the community. I'm saying that having that community will help you ease into the cultural situation in this part of the world. So you need that support. I remember that it wasn't until after 2 years, yes, it was this time last year, that myself and my husband had our first outing without my daughter. After 2 years in Canada, our friend was the one that watched over her, and then we went out it was a dinner party. Number 4 thing is career. This is important because the moment you move here, your bills will start counting. Bills won't stop for you. You will start paying. You have to rent an apartment, you have to get groceries. Even if you stay with people, you feel like you want to support as well, so you need money. And how you want to make money is by getting a job. Before moving, you need to start thinking, do I need to pivot to a new career in Canada? And Canada is very big, and that's one thing I want people to understand. Canada is actually very big. Canada is the second largest country in the whole world. Now, Canada has 10 provinces. Canada has different time zones. What this means is that right now in Calgary, let's say it's 10 p.m. In Toronto, which is in Ontario province, it will be 12 a.m. In Saskatchewan, it will be 11 p.m. In British Columbia, it will be 9 p.m. We are very diverse. So it is very important that, one, going back to, you already know where you're going to. No system is the same. I kid you not, it's not the same. I travel a lot and I've seen that it's not the same. So you need to understand, what are the selling career in this city or in this province? If I need to pivot, how do I pivot? Should I start taking some courses here back home before I move? All of those decisions are very, very, very important. When I was coming in, I'm a lawyer called to the Nigerian bar, so I was practicing back home. And when I moved here 3 years ago, I had so many, because they'll say, oh, you're a lawyer, you have so many things. Oh my God, I tried everything. I'm like, okay, let me change my resume today to compliance. Shebi, I did compliance. I did a bit of compliance because I worked in-house. The things I was doing was compliance. I can be a compliance officer. Tomorrow I will say, okay, I can be a company secretary. My sister, my brother, you need to know what sells here, especially if you have a career that you know that maybe you need to take some more courses to adjust. Bills will not wait, right? So you need to know, okay, do I need to just take a small course in health here, or do I need to just get some experience before coming? You know, things that you can do that won't cost you so much but will help you, ease into the job market in Canada is very important for you to look into. You need to earn. And honestly, lately I've been hearing so many things about people coming in, not getting job for so long and everything, and it can be very, I feel like depressing can be, or maybe I would just say depressing, especially going to my next point. It can be depressing if you just come in and you don't have what to do. It can be depressing, it can be tiring. And that will take me to my last point. Number 5 thing will be mental health, identity, and expectations. And if you're coming from Nigeria, like I did, what do I need to know about mental health? It's not that serious. I'm fine. You're not fine though. Like unfortunately, like maybe we didn't have so much exposure, or we didn't just acknowledge it. But mental health is very important. You need to understand that you're coming into a country that not everyone look like you, not everyone speak like you, not everyone do things the way you do. It can be depressing. I'm not even joking. It can be depressing. I remember at some point in my life, I couldn't even come here on YouTube Nimbo. And all of the things I've said, especially from my number 4, you see that number 4 can lead to number 5, expectations. Oh, I thought I was going to get the job in my first month. Oh, I thought I was going to, I'm a lawyer back home. Like, why can't I just land a good job? It took me 3 months before I got a job in Canada. It took me 3 months. And that period wasn't a pleasant one. And the most painful thing is that you won't even acknowledge it. You'll just be going through life and your mental health is just like this, like that. And that's not even though, like, I've lost job. And it's more like, when you're coming in, like, for me, coming from Nigeria, like, losing a job would be like, see that I don't know how to do my job. But here, like, it's like water. I'm not saying this to scare you. It can take some people 1 year before they get another job. All of those things. How do you protect the energy around you? You need to acknowledge. So if you don't feel too good, please, you need to learn how to know when things are not going your way and it's already affecting your mental health. So you need to understand, have an understanding of mental health, and have some expectation around things too. Like, when you're coming in, I pray that you get a job the moment you come in. Like, I've heard beautiful testimonies, and I wouldn't want you to think maybe my own experience or anybody's experience will be your experience, but at best, have some expectation as well. Be open to new things, be open to whatever comes my way. I am ready. I'm already in this country and I'll make it. And the thing is, being an immigrant, it's a journey. It's a journey. Like, a lot of people will say, I didn't even feel settled until 2 years, 3 years. I didn't even feel like this was my home until so many years. And the thing is that it gets better. That's it. It will get better. If you get better, will you face some situation? It's not going to absorb you from facing so many challenges, but it will get better. The more you move, the more it gets better. And that's why I'm not the type that will preach for you that keep thinking that you need to get your dream job, you must get it now. It might be just whatever you're able to get, hold on to it. Yeah, it might be like how where I'm coming from, this is me, this is where I used to be, you know. All of those things will be eating up on your mental health, and you need to know how to protect it. If you need to if you need to join a community, go to church, you know, speak up, speak to people. This is how I feel. They might not be able to solve your situation, but you know, when you say things, it kind of helps your body, it kind of relieves you. Do not hold on to things. Oh, I'm going through this thing, I'm not going to tell. Like, if me that came, I didn't come here as a single person, I came with my husband, I came with my baby. I still like I felt it. And I'm not even talking about the job, even after, you know, even losing a job, you know, going through so many stages of life in this country. A couple of months ago, someone said something to me, and it was a very discriminatory comment, a very, very discriminatory comment that got to me. But thank God for the people around me. Thank God for the people around me. They were the ones that helped me. I remember I was on the phone with the person, and the person made this very bad comment to me. And the moment I dropped the phone, I literally was crying, and I had my colleague beside me, you know. So I told her what happened, and guess what? She told my manager. The next day they sent in flowers, you know. Also, I have my husband. I told my friends, like, don't bottle in things. And then I took a break. Then later, I typed an email and replied that person. I was able to move through that stage from not feeling like maybe I'm not enough. I was able to move through that stage because I was able to express my feelings. You are human. Please act like you're human. Express your feelings to people. Don't hold things to your chest. Be open to reaching out. If you need help, ask for help. It is very important. Don't come here to thinking that you will do life alone. I beg you, do not come to Canada and think that you can do it all by yourself. I don't need anybody. It's a very bad mindset. And I'm saying this with all honesty, you would need people. It's not even money. You might even have the old money in this world. You will need people. So that is all. I wanted this video to be short, sweet, and precise. I hope you've been able to learn something. If you've watched to those points, do not forget to like, comment, share. I will actually have a part 2 of this video that will come out next week, and it's about 5 mistakes that a lot of new immigrants make when coming into Canada that I also made. I'll be sharing my experience so you can learn. So look out for that video, and how you can look out for that video is for you to subscribe so you get notified when a new video is posted on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you another time, another day. Bye.